You probably think karma is the scoreboard of the good and bad, but it's more than just a scoring system of the universe. In fact, there are 12 laws of karma that you should know to improve your life. So if you want to know more about it, stick around until the end and you will surely be shocked with how karma really works. Karma is said to be the greatest equalizer in the universe because of the belief that everything and everyone will ultimately be dealt with good and bad consequences. But to be specific, karma is all about reactions to our actions. They say what goes around comes back around, which reminds us of Newton's scientific principle that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. It's not merely a physical law, but a profound spiritual truth that encompasses every aspect of our existence. So if you're ready, here are the 12 laws of karma. The Great Law. Have you ever experienced lending a hand to someone and when you ask for help in return, that person refuses? But after a month or even years later, you find yourself in a tight situation and out of the blue, someone you least expect comes to help you. It might not be the person that you had helped in the past, but it could be another friend or even a stranger. But look at it this way, it's like planting a seed of goodness and watching it grow. It's not just about doing good things for other people, but how you treat them, especially those who have no means of paying you back. For instance, whether you're being respectful or rude, people will often mirror the way you treat them. It's like sending good vibes into the world and getting good vibes back. But you might say you've been nice, but people are still mean to you. Just remember that seeds take time to grow. And good deeds are like seeds that need time before growing into something good. What matters is that you keep doing good no matter what, and even if you go through bad times, be consistent because those actions will grow into something better later on. Life may have its ups and downs, but if you keep putting out good into the world, you're most likely going to get good things back. It could be in the form of love, friendship, new opportunities, or second chances. You'll never know what the universe is capable of doing to reward you for your goodness. So, the best thing you can do today is continue to plant good seeds, like simple gestures of holding the door for an elderly or helping a disabled person cross the street. All these good deeds will surely come back to you in amazing ways, so make it a point to sow seeds of kindness and respect in everything you do. The law of creation. Imagine yourself as a magnet, and what do you see? You attract the kind of life you have based on who you are and not just what you wish for. If you're always happy, you will most likely attract positive situations that can make you even happier. If you're often mad or sad, then you'll find yourself in situations that make you feel even worse. You always look for others to blame when things go wrong, so you justify your shortcomings by telling yourself that you are in control of your life. If something goes wrong, you're the only one who has the power to change it. Don't sit back and allow things to happen just like that. Get into the driver's seat when something comes to mind. Grab the opportunity when it knocks at your door. You have the power to shape your own future. Aside from that, you also need to be mindful of the people that surround you. They say you are the average of 5 people you spend time with, and that's why you need to make sure they're the kind of people you want to be with. Do they inspire you to do better, or do they bring negative energy into your life? You have a choice in who you spend time with. The truth is, it's always a good time to find new friends or mentors who align with your life goals and support you in your endeavors. Choose friends who can recommend good books that challenge you to think better, music that uplifts you, and movies that give you a deeper perspective in life. In this way, you will fill your life with positivity, and that positivity will create beautiful changes around you. You can't control everything, but you can definitely take charge and stop waiting for things to change by themselves. So start working on becoming the best version of yourself and watch everything around you start to change. If you're unhappy, then ask yourself what you can do to change your situation instead of blaming others. Tell yourself you have the power to turn this around and take control of your life. Make your life an artwork that you can be proud to call your masterpiece and do whatever's needed to complete this beautiful creation that's waiting to happen. So go ahead and make the first move, mold it, and watch it grow into something beautiful. The law of humility. Imagine walking around with a stone inside your shoe. It's making you uncomfortable, but you keep walking pretending everything is okay. But then you think, what if you stop walking and shake the stone off your shoe? You solve the problem right there and then, and now you can walk comfortably again. Life is like having stones in your shoes. They're problems or challenges that make your journey hard, but most of the time, you just keep walking and pretending everything is okay. But what you don't realize is that ignoring the problem doesn't make it go away. It just lingers and causes more discomfort. So what you need to do first is to admit that the problem exists. You can't fix what you don't acknowledge, can you? For instance, you're often late for work and you always blame the traffic, the weather, and even the alarm clock for not working. But the real problem lies in your lack of discipline to prepare early for work. Nothing will change until you own your shortcomings. The moment you acknowledge them, you already solved half of the problem, because the truth is, the power to change is always within you. The energy you use to dodge the issue is the same energy you can use to overcome your bad attitude. It isn't a sign of weakness at all. Instead, it's an indication that you're brave enough to face reality. And once you accept things as they are, you start to see things clearly. You're now able to handle your challenges better and turn them into opportunities for growth. So take time to reflect on your life. Celebrate what's working well for you and acknowledge whatever it is that needs more work. And for you to change, you'll need a plan and maybe some new skills. You can also seek wise advice from someone who has more experience, such as how to handle a toxic relationship, overcome your limitations, or pursue a career that matches your aspirations. When you embrace reality and stop fighting it, you unlock the potential to transform your life. You will focus less on the reasons for your situation and more on the solutions to improve it. You have more strength than you realize, and you understand that the obstacles you face are only opportunities to grow. So, remove the source of discomfort, get rid of the distraction, and walk confidently toward achieving your dreams. The law of growth. Most people believe that a change in environment will fix everything. They think they'll become happier if they move to a new city or a new job. But the truth is, if you are unhappy now, you will still be unhappy in a different place or a different role. Unless you deal with what's really bothering you inside, your mind creates the world you live in, and your thoughts direct the course of your life. If you always think negatively, you will inevitably attract more negativity. But if you focus on positive things, your life will yield positive outcomes. You can't just show up on a marathon day and expect to win without practicing and working hard. The real work starts long before the race, during the days, weeks, and months you spend training. It is the same with reaching your dreams and goals. The preparation begins in your mind, so you must dream big and plan the steps for you to get there. The key is to keep improving, so release the things that hold you back and concentrate on what propels you forward. Choose things that bring you closer to your dreams, but keep in mind it's not a one-off thing. Growing is a continuous process, so if you want to be more confident, think of ways to develop yourself. You can start by thinking of positive affirmations every morning. Over time, you will see that you are standing a little straighter and speaking more confidently. And it all started because you sowed a seed of positive thought and nurtured it daily with action. The law of responsibility. There's a storm ahead, and you have no choice but to drive through it. But in your mind, you're contemplating ways to handle this situation. Do you slow down? Do you stop and wait for the storm to pass? Or do you keep going? Life can also be full of storms, and though there's nothing you can do to control the weather, you can always control how you react. If your life is chaotic and seems to be out of control, it's time to pause and think about your role in all of this. Are you struggling with a difficult partner or a stressful job? Do you keep failing at something you badly want to achieve? It's easy to blame external factors, but the law of responsibility tells you to look within, even if you're not the root of the problem. The bottom line is that it's still your responsibility to solve it. Take ownership of your actions, your feelings, and your next steps. Choosing to deal with life's challenges head-on is hard, but it can also be free. Now, once you realize you have the power to change your situation, start by looking inside. Maybe you need some self-reflection and think about what you could have done better if you had acted differently. Or how do you make your life match your goals and dreams? Taking responsibility doesn't mean you keep blaming yourself for your past mistakes. Rather, it means learning from them to create a better future. You can't change what happened, that's for sure, but you can learn from the lessons and use them to improve your life from here on. The law of connection. Every step you take, whether it's choosing to rise early, to eat healthily, to reconnect with an old lover, or to take the train instead of driving to work, these are decisions that can define who you are and where you're headed. Since all steps are connected, every moment is a chance to steer your journey in the direction you want it to go. If you're not satisfied with how things are, always remember that the next moment is a new chance. If you have a habit you want to break, you can start now. If you want to acquire a new skill, you can start researching now. It's easy to believe in the illusion that successful people reach the top so effortlessly, but success is seldom instant. The truth is that every success is made up of years of hard work, choices, and steps that are all needed to create that secret formula. Your path may differ from theirs, and that's fine. What counts is that you're progressing one step at a time. So, don't underestimate small acts. A warm greeting can brighten someone's day. A sincere smile can start a friendship. An apology can heal a relationship. In the same manner, every positive step you take is shaping a better future for you. The law of focus. The world is full of distractions, and there's constant social media and the pressures of work. Family and friends demand for your time and attention. And then there's you trying to juggle everything, but the law of focus tells us you can't do your best at something if your mind is elsewhere. Focus is essential because when you focus, you give all your energy to one particular thing, and that's when the magic happens. If your dream is to become an athlete, then you need time to train your skills and stamina. If you waste time watching TV or scrolling through your phone, this will lead to a lack of focus, and it will affect your emotions and mindset. Imagine if you could redirect all the energy you use on worrying, doubting, or fearing into something productive like learning new skills, enhancing your health, and forging better relationships. What bigger things you can achieve, and how much happier you would be. Focus on the positive not only improves your mood, but also moves you closer to your goals. If you're in a bad situation, it's easy to wallow in self-pity. But what if you refuse to feel this way? What if you asked yourself what else you can learn from this and how you can make the best of this situation? By focusing on the bright side, you turn challenges into opportunities. The amazing thing about focus is that it's like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. Choose a small task, one goal, or one positive thought, and give it your full attention. As you practice, you'll find it easier to ignore distractions and concentrate on the important things. Remember, where your focus goes, your energy follows, and where your energy is, that's where change happens. The law of giving and hospitality. Helping others makes you feel good inside, whether you offer your time, your company, or some spare change. That's the universe's way of showing you that you're on the right path. But here's the thing. Giving is not only beautiful in itself, but also in how it reveals your true self. Your character is shown by how you treat the world around you, even when you think no one is looking. Real growth is not about how much you have, but how much you share. True wealth is having something that money can't buy, a heart that wants to give. Now, you may think you have nothing to give, but giving is not only about money or things, it's also about offering your time, wisdom, and attention. A listening ear, a word of encouragement, a simple act of kindness. These are priceless, yet they could make all the difference to someone. They say you get what you give. It may seem paradoxical, but it's one of life's most wonderful truths. When you give without expecting anything in return, you fill your life with joy, peace, and meaning. This law teaches us that giving is also a sign of maturity. Mature people know that life is not a solo journey. We are all connected, and when you help someone, you also help yourself. And since genuine giving is unconditional, it doesn't keep track. It comes from a place of love and kindness, with no ulterior motives. That's why this law is related to hospitality. Being hospitable means making others feel welcome, valued, and respected. Whether you invite them into your home or you simply open your heart to them, it's about sharing what you have, no matter how big or small. When you live by the law of giving and hospitality, you make the world a better place. And as you keep giving, you'll notice something amazing happening. You are now attracting positive and abundant energy into your life. You'll find opportunities you never dreamed of and create relationships that enrich your life in incredible ways. So next time you feel reluctant to give, whether it's money, a compliment, a helping hand, or a few minutes of your time, remember that giving is growing. Selflessness creates waves across the universe, and it will also come back to you in the form of abundant blessings. So go ahead, give yourself freely, and open your heart to the world. You will be amazed at what comes back to you. The law of presence. Now, the present moment is the most precious time we have. It's where we can make a difference in our lives. The past and the future are important, but they shouldn't distract us from the now. You need to understand that the past is gone and the future is uncertain, and so the present is the only thing that's under our control. That's why the present is so powerful, because it's where your life happens. You can have the biggest dream in the world, but if you're not working on it right now, it will stay only as a dream. You can have regrets from the past, but if you're not learning from them or fixing them today, you're letting yesterday ruin your today and tomorrow. Being present doesn't mean forgetting the past or the future, but using them to enhance your now. Your past is a source of wisdom, a book where you can read old stories to gain new perspectives. So go ahead and browse it, but don't get stuck there. Take what you need and bring it back to the present. Your future is your guide, your light in the darkness. Without a vision for your future, you're like a boat without a direction, wandering aimlessly in the big blue sea. Think of big goals, but don't lose yourself in tomorrow. Instead, ask yourself, what can I do today to get closer to my dream? Make the most of the law of the present and cultivate a mindset of now. When you catch yourself drifting into the past or the future, gently bring yourself back. Focus on your breath, the feeling of the air on your skin or the earth under your feet, or anything that grounds you at the moment. Remember that every action you take and every choice you make happens in the present, and it's those choices and actions that can help you heal from your past and illuminate your future. The law of change. You know the saying, if you keep doing the same thing, you'll keep getting the same result. This is a powerful wake-up call to anyone who feels trapped in a cycle. Maybe it's a dead-end job, a toxic relationship, or a bad habit that you can't break. The law of change is your way out. Imagine your life as a movie. If the scenes never change, wouldn't you get bored? You have the power to change the script, the scene, and even the characters. You are the writer, the director, and the star of your life. So if you don't like how things are going, then say cut and change the scene. Make your life a hit, a story of success, change, and growth. The first step to follow this law is to be aware. You need to see what's not working. Take a look at your life. Are there patterns that keep repeating? Maybe you always end up in the same kind of abusive relationships or have the same issues at work. Once you notice the pattern, you can't ignore it. And that's good because awareness is the first step to change. The second step is the desire to change. It's easy to stay in your comfort zone, even if it's not good for you. Going into the unknown can be scary, but the reward is often worth the risk. The third step is to act. Nothing changes by just doing wishful thinking. Whether it's signing up for a class, getting professional help, setting limits, or starting a new project, small, consistent steps lead to amazing results over time. Each step may not seem like much, but when you look back, you'll see how far you've come. Finally, be patient and be kind to yourself. Change is often messy. You may stumble or go backwards sometimes, and that's okay. The key is to keep going. You only truly fail when you give up. The law of patience. People tend to look for instant fixes or a quick formula to success, but they often don't last. Think of a bamboo tree with strong roots developing underground for years before shooting skyward. Every day that we persist, we do the same, because it's like building unseen roots of strength and resilience. But there will be times when you feel like giving up, when the going gets tough. That's when you need to remind yourself of the power of patience and the reward you can reap afterwards. Now, consider it as a contract. You give the best today and every day from here on, and the rewards shall keep coming for years. But the hard part is that the road to patience is usually paved with frustration. It might take a while before you see the results, like when you're on a mission to trim down your weight, or you want to make yourself buff, or you want to improve your mental health. All these things take time, whether it's physical or emotional growth. The journey may be hard, but imagine the euphoria once you reach the peak. This means you have a high level of persistence, and no matter how distant your dreams are, you will surely reach them as long as you keep working hard towards them. Remember, if it feels like stagnant, those are the days that you're laying the deepest roots. These are the roots that will hold you firmly when you're ready to shoot beyond the skies. The law of significance and inspiration. We're often caught with things that concern only ourselves, our gains, our losses, our issues. But what if we stretch the frame a little bit? What if instead of asking, "What can I get?" we ask, "What can I give?" The concept of significance is powerful when your actions echo beyond the limits of your life. Think about the art teacher who inspired a fan to become a painter. Imagine a doctor who sparks the interest of a student who is still undecided about a future career. And what about the author who builds castles and dungeons in a child's mind when the child badly needed an escape? These are the acts that inspire and influence, and their ripple effects reach far and wide. So be the reason someone believes in the goodness of people. Inspiration is not only found in grand gestures. In fact, inspiration can be found in the little things that you do. When you show kindness to strangers, when you demonstrate resilience under pressure, or when you choose to listen rather than to speak. When you think about it, significance and inspiration are really about making things easier for others and lighting up the way when the world gets a little bit too dark. So don't take for granted the power of living a life that positively affects the people in your life. Surely, it's the most satisfying life you can live regardless of your spiritual beliefs, because the principles in these 12 karmic laws provide a guide to a rewarding life and leads us to be better humans, not only for ourselves, but for the common good. How about you? What are your experiences with karma? Feel free to share them in the comment section below, because we'd love to know your stories. And if today's feature inspires you in any way, please give us a like and subscribe. For more spiritual awakening and enlightenment videos, click these.